Yes, welcome back to coverage of El Clasico and the 2017 International Champions Cup, coming to you live from the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. 2-2 at half-time between Real Madrid and Barcelona. We're expecting changes. We can see Isco has come out for the second half. We don't think Sergio Ramos will be out for the second half. Marcelo has emerged with the captain's armband. We wait and see exactly how many changes both sides and both managers are planning. We were talking about maybe Real Madrid, Mark Rodden alongside me here at half-time, thinking, will it be the kids who'll come on in the second half, or maybe the more experienced players who are left out of the 11, the likes of Isco? We might see Nacho as well. Toni Kroos, who you were saying was carrying a bit of an injury. And maybe the likes of Lucas Vazquez, who we saw gain plenty of first-team experience last season. But Zidane has opted to make a few changes at half-time. We'll wait and see as well what Ernesto Valverde has in mind from a Barcelona point of view. But a brilliant first half, really, from a neutral's point of view, and certainly for the paying spectators in the 65,000 crowd in Miami for this one. Big treat to get these two head-to-head outside of Spain, and a game that has not disappointed.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. A lot of talk about whether it was a bit of a gimmick, this match being played abroad, a Clasico, a friendly encounter, but it's been absolutely brilliant. In fact, Ramos before the game said this was the perfect match to prepare for the new season, because it gives Real Madrid an idea of what they'll be facing and what they have to do to back up their league-winning campaign and Champions League winning campaign from last season. No surprise that Ramos has taken off, because it is his first pre-season game. 45 minutes, looked pretty good for a man who hasn't played too much.
Sorry, Mark, just looking out, I think they may have replaced both centre-halves, but we'll try and confirm that for you in a moment. Lucas Vazquez will be on for the second half as well. There's the Barcelona bench, including the lesser-spotted Thomas Vermaelen at the back of the group there. Denis Suarez there as well. Javier Mascherano, one of the last to emerge. Sergi Samper, Arda Turan at the front of it all. Paco Alcacer at the back as well. All hoping to get some minutes tonight.
Fairly slow to get going, aren't they, after the half-time show? Barcelona in no hurry to get back on the field. Maybe that's engaging in mind games as well, leaving Real Madrid waiting even longer to get started.
Got to give credit to the staff working here as well to get Mark Anthony on and off at half-time. No damage to the pitch, still looking good. And here come Barcelona now. Steely stare of Luis Suarez, who didn't manage to get on the score sheet in the first half. Sergio Roberto just heading away to our left-hand side, so it looks like he'll be on for the second half. Question is, will it be in midfield or in that right-back position?
And Neymar back out there as well. That little injury worry in the very first minute. Interesting to see PSG's players talking about him after their match.
What's your instinct, Mark? Is he going?
I said no a couple of days ago. I'd be very surprised if he moves, but maybe he has his reasons for doing so. Maybe he wants to be the star man, but how can you give up on this kind of encounter? Thiago Motta, the PSG midfielder, was one of the players who spoke out after the game against Monaco tonight, and he said it's actually the easy decision for Neymar to stay. Sometimes in life you have to make a difficult decision. He'd grow as a person and as a player if he took on the challenge of leading PSG to Champions League glory.
Off and running, start of the second half. Real Madrid get us underway. Right to left in this second period. Heavy touch from Karim Benzema. Throw in taken quickly by Vidal. Here is Busquets to Sergio Roberto, who's into that midfield. Looks like Iniesta, the man who has made way. Vidal in tandem with Messi down the right-hand side. Suarez shows for it to feed. Instead, it's back with Rakitic. And Titi. Sergio Roberto as well, who did a good job filling in at right back last season, though not a natural defender. But if you come through the system at Barcelona, you've got to be adaptable and play in several positions.
He'll also go down in history as the man who got the 6th goal against PSG in that remarkable comeback in the Champions League, overturning a 4-0 deficit from the first leg, winning the second leg 6-1.
Off the back of that, there was this wave that maybe Barcelona could go on and win it, but then they ran into Juventus, who had a very impressive Champions League run last season.
I think around that time as well, they lost at Malaga. Neymar sent off in that match, and that cost them in the league.
There goes Jordi Alba. Thanks for a little intricate touch on the inside. Jesus Vallejo, the youngster, the former European Championship under-19 winner. Got high hopes for. He's taken over Pepe's number 3 as well, so he's in for this second half.
Yeah, he had a very good season on loan at Eintracht Frankfurt, made the German Cup final with them, and made the under-21 European Championship final with Spain, losing out to Germany in Poland.
And he's alongside Nacho for this second half, as Varane and Ramos were handed the first half only. Casemiro looking to put one in behind Vidal, tidying up his PK. Silasson puts a little bit on that for Umtiti, who has a little glaring look back at his goalkeeper.
For me, Silasson was a bit of a strange signing for Barcelona last summer. 16 million, was it, or 13 million maybe? A lot of money anyway for a guy who hadn't played all that much football at the very top level.
Only played 10 games coming in last season, with Ter Stegen the man preferred. And that's the role he's looking at again, you'd fancy, in the season coming up, Jasper Silasson. 5 years at Ajax. Enjoyed domestic success there under Frank de Boer. Here is Lucas Vazquez. Ball lands with Neymar through the legs of Casemiro. And now dancing away from Carvajal, who looked to be pulling him back there, as that battle continues to rage. And there are points to be scored here, looking ahead to the games that count a little bit more once the season gets underway.
Yeah, well, Real Madrid have 2 trophies to play for in August. One of them, the Spanish Super Cup, 2-legged affair against Barcelona.
Alba down that left-hand side. Little ball to Neymar. He's taking on and beating Casemiro again. Former Sao Paulo man taking down the ex-Santos man.
Yeah, dramatic fall from Neymar there, but he started the second half well. And I've been very impressed with him in this tournament. He's brought his A game despite all the transfer speculation, even if his entourage is probably the cause for some of it at least.
I think Casemiro just pointing out as well, you might do me twice, you won't do me a third time though. I'll stop you one way or the other. Neymar himself to take. Umtiti around the back. PK! Great finish. Great delivery from Neymar. And PK just guides it home. Barcelona back in front.
Yeah, we were talking about maybe Barcelona not being as effective as they should be from set pieces in the first half. They've shown me up on this occasion. Real Madrid switching off again at the start of the half. Nacho losing PK. And they looked in vain for an offside flag. Lovely ball in from Neymar. Quite a good finish too.
It was the youngster Jesus Vallejo playing him onside.
He was being held a little bit by Umtiti as well. There's a bit of grappling going on, but Barca get the goal.
Maybe, no doubt, Vallejo is a young player with huge promise, but when it comes to situations like that, you can sense you've got to have that nerve to hold the offside line. He dropped it on Titi, played Piqué onside, and a lovely finish from Gerard Piqué.
Yeah, Nacho was caught in 2 minds as well as to whether to go with Piqué or leave him. I hope that the offside flag would be raised.
So 40 scoreless minutes beyond this, and your prediction comes through. It's 3-2 to Barcelona. Neymar, Casemiro times it well. I have to say I don't fancy your chances at this stage.
Should have gone for 5-4 maybe.
Piqué out to Vidal. Did earn a senior national cap back in 2015, Alex Vidal. You must be wondering what his future holds, but as you were saying earlier, it's a new manager coming in. Chance to start afresh if you're not one of those that was regularly in the starting 11. Neymar's on the deck, Carvajal with the look of injured innocence.
Again, the referee doing well there. Been a couple of bad calls in this tournament. Spurs in particular unfortunate against Roma. Soft penalty, and then Harry Kane. An absolute stonewaller not given.
It's been a good tournament, hasn't it, Mark? You've worked across so much of it. It's just big teams playing big games.
Yeah, and it's just been very competitive as well. They've really gone at it with the right attitude. There's been so many goals. I'd love to know the average. It must be about 4 or 5. There's certainly been about 5 or 6 matches that have had 5 goals.
I think you ask the players as well. They'll take these games any day over the grueling fitness work that does still have to be done. Carvajal. Lucas Vázquez back to his score. These are the areas he really comes alive in. Carvajal outnumbered. Neymar looks for the extravagant touch, and Casemiro is getting to grips with him now. And driving forward himself, whips it out to the left-hand side. Gareth Bale never really had it under control, never really set to get that shot away. After excellent work from Casemiro.
Gareth Bale has not been out the races by his high standards. Again, that was a bit of a lazy effort from him.
Just as an aside, I heard a story recently of a certain Premier League club who, as part of their pre-season and fitness routine, you have to do 10 300s and you're judged on your last. You know, just for the normal human being, the thought of running 10 300 metres just shows the level of fitness that these players have to get to compete.
Yeah, I'll take a match situation any day over that. Many of the managers have been saying that playing in these big arenas, especially for the younger players, is important as well. Jose Mourinho, the Manchester United boss, stressed that. He wanted to see how his young players could cope with the pressure of playing a big team with an enthusiastic crowd as well.
Messi, beautiful balance again, slides it through, cleverly let run. It's Neymar around the goalkeeper, but couldn't find the finish. Superb for Messi, and was it Suarez who had the presence of mind just to let it run beyond him. Eye-catching football from Barcelona, and almost a 4-2 lead here.
Yeah, should have been 4-2. Took too many touches.
Isco. Just look at his numbers from last season. It's a double figures for goals, but what was curious for me as the season was going on, and I checked it towards the end of the campaign, of all the starts that he made, and you know, it wasn't too many. I think it was well, it was 27 in the end. Only 5 times did he finish a game. And he was the one who was always called ashore, but towards the end of the season he put in some fantastic displays. Here's Messi inside to Suarez. Works it on one more. Sergio Roberto, Neymar on his outside. And Sergio Roberto showing deference to his superstar colleague. Could have taken a shot himself there.
Yeah, great play before that. A step over from Alba, and Keylor Navas did very well there in second viewing. The latest chance, I thought that was a good angle for Neymar to curl it home, but skied it.
Marcelo drops it over Vidal. Here is Bale. Pulls it towards the edge. Benzema back to goal. Backed up by Vasquez. Right on the edge of the area. Referee waves an admonishing finger. The challenge was that of Jordi Alba. Suarez had a great ball for Messi. He's made something of it. Rakitic. Fair challenge, says the referee, by Kovacic. His international teammate. Here goes Marcelo. Into the penalty area. Still going. Little nick on that as well. Citizen down smartly to his right hand side.
Again, it's a thrilling pace to this second half. Professional pride kicking in for Real Madrid. They don't want to lose to Barcelona. Easy save for Citizen to make. He hasn't had to make too many, in fact. Just before that as well. More like it from Gareth Bale down the left wing to set up that other chance. This guy's not getting the free kick.
And TT across to Piqué. Vidal. Sloppy pass. Bale almost takes advantage of it. Vidal gets a second chance. And Messi whips it out to Umtiti. Alba.
Just going back to Isco, I think he suffers from not being a star name, doesn't he? Being taken off more often than some of the bigger players. So effective though, and he had a good game against Manchester City as well.
Oh, brilliant balling behind. Suarez look for the first time finish, but the weight on that to take it away from Nacho. Luis Suarez still hunts an elusive goal.
Yeah, hasn't scored on this tour yet. It is a reshaped Real Madrid defence, but Barcelona getting so many chances now.
Neymar, wonderful first touch. Kovacic gets there to the end line, half pound away, and Titi off the line. And now Lucas Vasquez as Real Madrid look to counter. Held up by Rakitic. Here's Vallejo. And Marcelo. Wonderful ball for Isco. Benzema through the middle. Real Madrid's turn, end to end in Miami. Isco again. Oh, it's Citizen, that's a good save. Body weight was going the other way, adjusted well, the Dutch goalkeeper.
Yeah, excellent save. Isco doing very well. Working the angle for the shot. It was almost behind him there, Citizen.
Somehow it remains 3-2. Casemiro digs it out towards Carvajal. Good work from Sergio Roberto. Messi slips away from Casemiro, scoops it out to Rakitic. Last-ditch defending, superbly done. Casemiro, body on the line time there. And no let up. Here's Isco. Bale wants it. Looking offside. And that's been confirmed by the assistant referee far side.
Gareth Bale just doesn't look too happy out there right now. Everything in his game a little off. There's a Real Madrid player has gone down injured at the other end of the field. It might have been Lucas Vasquez, but referee not liking what he's seen from Suarez.
Carvajal's been in spiky humour tonight as well, hasn't he?
Certainly has. 15 years he's been linked to Real Madrid, from the boys club up to the senior squad. He won't be enjoying losing to Barcelona right now.
How well has Zidane done? You often wonder, I mean, everyone has him amongst their favourite players ever. And you just wonder then when they go in as a manager, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But he's in that select group of, is it 7 now, who've won the European Cup as player, as manager. And that goal he scored at Hampden Park in 2002 against Leverkusen, one of the great European Cup final goals. was assistant to Ancelotti back in 2014, and then winning it as the main man himself. He's there in the dugout, the respect he must command.
Absolutely, World Player of the Year 3 times. He's done everything. He's been the most expensive player in the world as well, so he knows how to deal with that kind of pressure.
How did his son end up as a goalkeeper?
He's got a few of them.
Lucas on the bench tonight. Let's go. Tangling with Sergio Roberto. There is Bale, tried to let it run through. It was a hefty enough challenge from Alex Vidal. Not happy to hear the whistle. Just have to be careful not to manhandle the official too much, and he's not standing for it. A little bump with Rakitic, who shoves him away. And this has been a competitive game. I think the yellow cards would have been out here.
Again, the reaction of the Barca players, though, shows you this is no ordinary game. The referee's being overly patient here, I think.
You just can't do this, and Rakitic is having another go. He's persisting here. Just wonder, Spanish lip reading wouldn't be great if that is not Rakitic who's speaking. Maybe it's English, but just wonder if he's saying you don't put your hands on me. But I think Rakitic was the one who reacted first, and the referee, as you said, he's remaining very patient. Nelson Semedo on for Alex Vidal in the right back position. A few more changes on the way as well. Denis Suarez, you can see down there, is going to come on, and promise for Marlon.
I'm sure the change of Vidal was planned, but he was involved in that flashpoint, and I wonder was it good timing to take him off.
And the fans not really feeling the departure of Messi and Suarez here. It's Denis Suarez and Paco Alcacer to come on in their place. But they got over an hour. Ernesto Valverde, all of these things, barring injuries, of course, planned to the minute by their respective staff. Searching ball out to the far side, lovely take from Lucas Vazquez. Now looks to provide with quality, headed away by Piqué. Kovacic, plenty of movement on his right, fancied it. Scored a lovely goal in the first half, Mateo Kovacic. Couldn't add another there.
Yeah, he's had a very good tournament, still only 23. Left Inter Milan in 2015 because they were forced to sell him due to financial fair play regulations.
Well, here's an opportunity. Alcacer, heavy touch. And he had that season last season coming in from Valencia where the goals just wouldn't come. They spent 30 million. Luis Enrique also always said, look, he will score. Didn't manage to score until December. Maybe one of those where he knew he wasn't going to be in the starting 11 when the chances came. He was snatching at them a little bit anxious to try and justify the price tag and justify the big move to Barcelona.
I think for me that was a major difference between the sides. You look at the likes of Kovacic, Asensio, Vazquez all played their role for Real Madrid last season.
Alcacer for Jordi Alba, Neymar takes over. Space at a premium, and Jordi Alba disappointed that was taken away from him.
And you compare Real Madrid squad players to Barcelona's. Andre Gomes, a bit of a flop so far.
Well, that for me was the one last season that said transfer fees are gone nuts here. 56 million, admittedly young and potential there, but not a game breaker. Andre Gomes, it was huge money. Dangerous ball in for Marlon, almost with his first touch with a side of goal.
And it's the same for Alcacer. You know, it's a young player, but lots of money and lots of pressure for those young players to deal with. But they have to contribute more. It can't just be all about the 11, 12 or 13 top Barcelona players.
Bale, if he can get this under control. Angle is tight. Citizen ensured he wasn't going to be beaten at his near post. They're testing Nelson Semedo early here.
We all know what Gareth Bale is capable of. We'll see it a bit more often in this tournament. Lovely first touch and trying to slide it through the legs.
He's unlucky here, almost pulled it off Gareth Bale from a very tight angle. Nelson Semedo, we see him listed on the team sheet as Nelsinho as well, which always makes you wonder. Isco to whip it in, Piqué to head it away, but Semedo in his defence, it took him a little while to make the breakthrough at Maxi Pereira at Benfica, and then had a really bad injury just as he was getting into the side. Barcelona saw enough to try and move for him to solve this right-back position.
Gerard Deulofeu back at the club as well. It's the interesting thing about the Neymar transfer, if it does happen, what the domino effect will be. All those transfers that have been talked about, Mbappe leaving Monaco, Coutinho maybe to Barcelona, be a big change to the landscape.
I'm sure Mr. Mendes will sort it out pretty soon, won't he? Get things moving. As you said, one transfer can trigger so many others.
And maybe Verratti might go to Barcelona then. Maybe that'll be part of the deal.
The Mbappe one is fascinating. He was so good last season and still so young.
I've seen him a couple of times in pre-season. I'm telling you, he's going to be very good this season as well.
When you look at Karim Benzema, I mean, he's been a fantastic servant, but since his career best season, that was back in 11-12. Maybe they haven't needed as many goals from him when Ronaldo does what Ronaldo does, but just a young player coming in. And Mbappe, he just carries himself with that confidence. I feel that maybe Real Madrid would be a good fit for him as well, but we'll wait and see.
I think if anyone's under threat from Mbappe's transfer, it would be Gareth Bale maybe. Just because he has had his injury problems as well.
There's Denis Suarez. One of those buyback options that Barcelona exercised. A good loan period at Villarreal, got to the latter stages of the Europa League, beaten by Liverpool. Lucas Vázquez clips it into the penalty area.